students. In this video, we will see the solution of question number 61. Okay. In this question, we have old partners as P and Q, and new partner is R. Okay. You can see in the question that regarding this new ratio, there is an information that P surrenders 1/6 of his share and Q surrenders 1/3 of his share in favor of R. Okay. So you can see here on your screen that the old ratio of P is 3/5 and Q is 2/5, which is 3:2. Okay, that is given in the first line of the question. Okay, 3:2. So 3:2 is in terms of fraction, it will become 3/5 and 2/5. Okay, so here it says that P surrenders 1/6 of his share, which means he will surrender. Okay, he will give 1/6 of his share. Okay, to R. So 1/6 of his share. So he is surrendering. So whenever he surrenders, it means subtraction or minus. Okay. So P will surrender 1/6. Okay. It is mentioned in the question 1/6 of his share. So in terms of board mass, O stands for off, isn't it? So off is actually multiplication. So multiplication sign and 3/5. From where we are getting this 3/5? 3/5 of his share. 3/5 of his share, the share of P. Similarly, Q will also surrender his portion, that is 2/5. Okay, 1/3 of 2/5. So Q will surrender 1/3 of his share, that is 2/5. Okay, surrender, as I already said, that it will be subtraction. Okay, so when we do the calculation here, we get this. Okay, I hope you know this calculation. Okay, so you have to put this thing inside the bracket and solve this. Okay, and whatever this portion you are getting, that is 3/30. Okay, this 3/30 will go to R. Okay, this will be taken by R because on what share R is coming in the business is not mentioned here. Okay, so you have to understand from the question, whenever you see this type of question, you have to do this way. Okay, so P will surrender 1/6 of his share, that is 3/30, and this will be given to R. Okay, and again Q will surrender 1/3 of his share, that is 2/15. This will be given to R. Okay, so we do the calculation and we get the new ratio, that is 15:8:7. You can see here that we have multiplied this 4/15 with 2 so that all the denominators can be same. Okay, now let us move on to sacrificing ratio. This is very simple. You just have to put the formula, that is old ratio minus new ratio, and you will get the ratio, that is 3:4. I must tell you that whatever you can see here, whatever they are surrendering, okay, this is actually the sacrificing ratio here. That is 3/30 and 2/15. If you multiply by 2, you get 8/30. So uh, this 3/30 and this 8/30 is your sacrificing ratio, which you can see here, that is 3:4. Don't worry about this 8, because this 8 has referred to this portion, that is 4/15. Okay, so whatever they are sharing, irrespective of the denominator, okay, this will become the sacrificing ratio. Don't go into this kind of tricks and all. Just put the sacrificing ratio formula and you calculate the old ratio, sorry, and calculate the sacrificing ratio. Okay, so now before we move on, we have to calculate the goodwill of the R. Okay, so total goodwill, that is goodwill of the firm, is given 84,000. So this 84,000 is the total goodwill of the firm. Okay, so from here we have to calculate the uh, goodwill of R, which he will bring in the business. So R is coming for 7/30 portion. Okay, This is the new profit sharing ratio of R. So uh, R will bring 19,600 in the business, okay, as form of premium for goodwill. Now let us move on to journal entries, because we have to prepare journal entries now, okay. So for question, you can refer the sorry, for date you have to refer the question, okay. So now in this question, if you look at the balance sheet given, it is written cash at bank. So we have to uh, make entries through bank only, okay. So bank account will be debited, and R's capital account will be credited, and premium for goodwill account will also be credited, okay. So R is bringing 75,000 as his share of capital, and goodwill, just now we calculated, it will be 19,600, okay. So total will be 94,600, okay. Now this premium for goodwill will be shared between P and Q, that is the sacrificing partners, as per this ratio, that is 3:4, okay. uh, which will be calculated as, you can see here, 8,400 and 11,200. Again, I'm repeating, this premium for goodwill will be distributed between the sacrificing partners as per their sacrificing ratio, okay. Now while doing this kind of sums, okay, admission, be it admission, retirement, death, you have to refer to the balance sheet all time and check the liabilities column if there is any accumulated profit, okay. Um Credit balance of profit and loss, this general reserve, or maybe sometimes there may be workman compensation reserve, okay, investment fluctuation reserve, okay. You have to share between these partners, okay. So if nothing is mentioned in the question regarding general reserve, like in this question nothing is mentioned that general reserve will be continued or not, okay. So if nothing is mentioned, then the general reserve will be distributed between the old partners as per their old profit sharing ratio, okay. So the old profit sharing ratio is 3:2. So the amount of general reserve, that is 25,000, will be shared between P and Q as per the ratio 3:2, okay. Now you can see here that investments is increasing by 45,000, because the new value of investment should be 60,000, okay. So uh, previously it was 15,000. So now the amount of investment is increasing, okay. So this 45,000 we can see clearly in the revaluation account, okay. You can prepare journal after the preparation of revaluation account also, okay. It will be much easier for you, I think. But you are if you are comfortable with making journals before, then you can proceed, okay. So investment is increasing by 45,000 since the investments are credited here. So this investment should be debited here in the journal account, okay, and revaluation account will be credited. So investments account debit, this provision for discount on creditors will be also debited, and the revaluation account will be credited by 46,550, okay. I will tell you about this provision for discount on debtors in this revaluation account afterwards, okay. So these two items will be credited, okay. Now if you again look at this revaluation account, you can see stock is debited, plant and machinery is debited, and provision for bad debts is also debited with these various amounts, including the profit on revaluation. So you can do the compound entry here, that revaluation account will be debited by the amount of 46,550, and these items, as we have mentioned here, that that these items 1, 2, 3, 4 items will be uh, credited here, okay. To stock, to plant and machinery, to provision for bad debts, to P's capital account, and to Q's capital account, okay. So this is it. Now let us move on to revaluation account. If you have not understood these two journal entries, then you can refer to the revaluation account. Again, I'm repeating, okay. So because these entries are from the revaluation account only, okay. Now let us check the revaluation account. So you can see here that stock and plant and machinery are worth 10% less than the book value, which means the stock and plant and machinery are to be depreciated by 10%. So the amount of stock is 38,500, isn't it? So it has to be depreciated by 10%. So 10% of 38,500 will be 3850. Okay. Plant and machinery is 90,000. So its 10% will be 9,000. Okay. And the market value of investment is 60,000. So previously it was 15,000. You can refer the asset column of balance sheet. Okay. So previously it was 15,000. Now the current market price is how much? 60,000. So there is an increment of 45,000. So since the asset is increasing here, it will be in the credit column. Okay. Now this make a provision of 5% for bad and doubtful debts on debtors. So the amount of debtors is 44,000. Its 5% will be how much? 2,200 rupees. Okay, so you are creating a provision for the first time. So provision is a liability. So the liability is increasing. That is why it will be in the debit column. Okay. Now after that, you can see that there is one more provision that is created for the discounting of creditors. Okay, so the amount of creditors here is 31,000. So its 5% will be 1,550. See, now the creditors are liabilities, isn't it? So whenever you create provision, okay, whenever you create provision, that is liability. Okay, any form of provision is a liability. Okay, now creditors, they are liability. Provision is also a liability. So liability against liability will decrease the amount of liability. Okay, so the amount of creditors will be subtracted. Okay, the amount of creditors will be subtracted by 1,550. Okay, that is why the liability is decreasing here. So when the liability they decrease, it will be in the credit column of your revaluation account. Okay, I hope now you understand this journal entries. Okay. Now let us move on to the partner's capital account. And let me tell you that this profit on revaluation, as you can see here, this profit on revaluation will be shared between P and Q as per the old profit sharing ratio. Okay. Now, partners capital accounts, you can see the balance BD has been extracted from the existing balance sheet. Okay. There is a mistake here that this balance BD, this is not capital B. Okay, this should be a small b. I hope this kind of mistakes is everywhere in the following solutions. Please make correction. Okay, so this balance BD is 84,000 and 66,000, that is taken from balance sheet. Okay, and just now we saw in the uh, journal entry that R will bring capital of 75,000. So this 75,000 is coming here by bank, 75,000 in the column of R. And this premium for goodwill will be shared between P and Q as per their sacrificing ratio. You can check the journal entry also. You can see here that P and Q's capital account are credited by these amounts against this premium for goodwill, isn't it? So this is credited here. Okay. Similarly, the general reserve will also be credited. You can refer the journal entry again. Okay. And for this profit, you can see here that P and Q's capital account are credited with this amount 18,900 and 12,600. Okay. So this is actually profit on revaluation. Okay. So you do the total of all these items. Okay, and you write it here. This will be the balance CD. Okay, this is a very simple partners capital account. There is no such adjustment here. Okay, now let us move on to balance sheet. Now preparing balance sheet is very simple. Okay, you just have to follow the same pattern that is given in the question. Okay, so the cash at bank is 35,000 plus 75,000 plus 19,600. This 35,000 is the existing balance which is here in the question. 75,000 is the amount of capital that is brought in by R, and 19,600 is the amount of premium for goodwill. Okay, stock will be depreciated by 3,850 rupees. Okay, and you get the amount of 34,000. um, 650. Okay, debtors will also be less because of the provision. Okay, and you get the amount of 41,800. Plant and machinery will be depreciated by 9,000, and the amount it will be 81,000. And investments, it was appreciating, isn't it? In the question you can see the new value is 60,000, so there is an appreciation of 45,000. Okay, so you must have noticed here that whenever there is less here, we denote the n- subtraction or the negative sign using the brackets, and in terms of addition, we do not use any bracket sign because we are not doing subtraction here. Okay, so the creditors will be reduced by 1550 because we are creating provision against the creditors. Okay, so the amount will be 29,450. This bills payable is from the balance sheet because there is no adjustment regarding bills payable, so we write the amount directly. And the general reserve was 25,000, isn't it? It will not reappear again because it has been already distributed between P and Q. Okay, as per the old profit sharing ratio. And P, Q, and R's capital accounts balances are extracted from this capital account. Okay, and the total of balance sheet will be 3,47,050 rupees. Okay, and this completes your question number 61.